What up, guys? Curls here. Another pickup video. I went to a store to pick up a couple things this time, and I did some trades with some people. And by trades, I mean trade money for goods and or services. In other terms, I bought them. So the first two things I'm going to show you, I got two pop figures. First one I got, as you know, last pickups video, I got Bender from Futurama. So I decided to go and get Fry. So I think I'm going to decide to go for the complete set of these guys. I really do like Futurama. Most of the pop figures I'm not really into. Don't get me wrong, like there's a lot out there, but most of them are kind of stuff I don't really follow. There's a lot of superhero ones, and most of the ones that come out for video games and other kind of like TV and movies I don't follow that well. But I am really into Futurama, so I'm going to try and complete that set for sure. The next one is it's a little different. I went to Metrotown, which is a mall a little ways away from here in Burnaby, British Columbia, and they got an anime store in there called Sakura Media, and they have everything you could think of in there. They got Gundams, they got manga, anime models, statues, you know, anything that has to do with like Japanese, anything to do with Japanese kind of stuff. So I picked up a Hatsune Miku pop. For those of you who don't know what Hatsune Miku is, basically it's a persona given to a voice synthesizer program that you can download on your computer, and by typing into the program, you can synthesize her voice, and you can make songs and lyrics out of it and melodies. So the only reason I got this for is because I do have a couple songs that I've acquired from people who've made remixes or whatever using this software, and it's just kind of quirky, something that Japan does. They like to personify, you know, things that aren't living, and they decided to do it with Hatsune Miku. There's two others on here in the back. I don't know much about them. I think the most well known out of these Vocaloid synthesizer personifications is Hatsune Miku. So yeah, it's kind of fun to have put in the collection. So the next two games I got from a guy. Actually, I hit him up on Craigslist, and we were talking a little bit back and forth about some games that he had for sale. And out of the blue, I guess he recognized my Gmail handle because it's synced with YouTube, as you guys all know, and it's Curls the Collector. So he asked if I was Curls from YouTube, and I was like, "Yeah, man, yeah, that's me." He's like, "I think I'm subscribed to you," and I'm like, "Oh, that's a small world." So I don't have that many subscribers, so you know, I think I'm like 25 or something like that. But it's kind of funny to run into someone in the wild who actually like watched your channel that didn't like go out, like you didn't reach through like a Facebook site or YouTube or something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna give him a shout out. It's Death Ward is his screen name. So big ups to him for giving me a really good deal on these games, really good fair price. He could have sold them for probably a little bit more, but I'm grateful to get them because I don't have my NES and Super Nintendo collection is lacking, to say the least. It's, you know, it's not. I grew up with the N64, as you guys know, and I just never had a Super Nintendo or a NES, so I'm steadily trying to collect now the Super Nintendo and NES games. bad time to do it because overinflation of retro games is very high right now. So, I'll take what I can get, and these two are actually ones I wanted to play. So I will start off with the older one, which is Kirby's Adventure for the NES. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Kirby games. First one I played was probably Kirby's Tilt and Tumble on the Game Boy Color. And ever since that, I've been hooked. So, probably favorite game in the Kirby franchise, probably Crystal Shards, but Triple Deluxe on the 3DS, the game that just came out last year. Really good bang for your buck. That was a really good game. I was expecting a good game, but that game was actually really fun. I still go back and play it. The second game that I got from Death Ward is F-Zero on the Super Nintendo. Really had to pick this up. I really enjoyed F-Zero X on the N64. When I had it, I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. I'm still trying to track it down for a good price. But yeah, I never played the SNES version, so really looking forward to jumping into that. So that was from Death Ward. Again, thank you, man, for hooking me up with that. The next pickups here I got from a guy named Dan, who is really active in the community where I live. He buys and sells a bunch of stuff. So I periodically check in with him to see if he has anything that I'm missing or if I'm looking for. And so I just messaged him out of the blue one day, and he had a big haul. And he had a lot of stuff that I wanted to add to my collection. So we worked out our deal, and yeah, so I got about, what did I get from him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games? 12 games. 12 games from him. And I will jump right in. I'm going to go from newest to oldest, I guess. First off is Ratchet & Clank, A Crack in Time. I've never played a Ratchet & Clank game, but I should, because it's made by one of my favorite developers back in the day when I was a child, Insomniac Games. They made the Spyro games. Maybe a little foreshadow there for you guys. They made the Spyro games. And yeah, I never picked up any of the Ratchet and Clank games, so I'm really happy to finally get my hands on some Ratchet and Clank. Next up, we got Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex, Player's Choice Edition. This is complete as well. Again, Crash is my childhood. So, next up we got Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, Greatest Hits. This is also complete. Next up we got Makai Kingdom on the PS2. Not really sure much about this game. It looks like an RPG kind of thing from the backside. But you know me, the Japanese RPG stuff. I'm all down for it. So this is complete as well. This came from Willow Video, so there's some markings on the disc there, but that's easy enough to remove. Next up we got classic GTA Vice City. This is complete as well. I know BC Retro Gamer just picked up the Xbox Collection Edition of Vice City, I believe. I never played it on the Xbox. So he's saying it's better. I think probably it is. I think it came out I think a year later or something like that. So I guess they improved it with graphically wise and maybe whatever. Apparently it's better. Then I got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That is complete as well. And nothing but good things I've heard about this game. Wanted to try it for a long time now. Shadow of the Colossus, Greatest Hits Edition. This is complete as well. Then Ratchet Deadlocked. This one is only disc in case. Then we will go with these two. So like I said, Insomniac Games, Foreshadowing. I got Spyro the Dragon, Greatest Hits Edition, and Spyro Ripto's Rage, Greatest Hits Edition. That's 1 and 2 in the series. I already had the collector's edition of Spyro Year of the Dragon, which would be number 3 in the trilogy, on the original trilogy on the PlayStation. I now have this trilogy complete, so that makes me happy. I do have Spyro, the Legend of Spyro or something on the PlayStation 2. But it's not. It's. I played a little bit. It's not the same as when Insomniac made the games. So that's why I'm really excited to hop in and play those the Ratchet and Clank games for sure. I also got Super Mario 2. Must have for any NES owner. And Dan also threw in a third-party memory card for me. The one I had, at first I thought it was just like the saves were corrupting, but I would, how you can go with the N64 and you can, I guess it's reconfigure the memory card to help repair it. I did it a couple times with a couple different games, and none of it decided to save. So I asked him if he had a memory card he would want to throw in since I was buying so much stuff from him. He said, "Sure, man, no problem." So thank you for that. I got one more game here, but it is probably the piece de resistance of what I picked up. I never played this game as a kid. I didn't really even know about it, to be honest with you. Once I started collecting some more N64 stuff and underrated, I was looking at lists of underrated N64 games and whatever, and this one seems to be popping up because it gets glazed over quite a bit. But I got a Jet Force Gemini complete in box, and this thing is absolutely beautiful. There is no creases whatsoever on this thing. It is like in perfect shape. It's probably my best. This is my nicest boxed N64 game now. I think the one previous, I think I had Mario Kart 64 was in pretty good shape, complete in box. But this definitely, it looks like someone bought it, took the packaging off, and just put it back on the shelf. The game itself is still in the little baggie that it came with when it originally shipped. So, extremely happy to get this. And he hooked me up, Dan hooked me up on a good price for this. He could have charged a little bit more, but he gave me the collector discount on some stuff. So, yeah, I'm really happy. He could have sold all of that stuff for a lot more than what he sold it to me for. So I just want to thank him. Big ups for you, Dan, for hooking me up. And that looks like that's all I have. That's all I have. I can't even talk. I'm just so flabbergasted about how good condition that Jet Force Gemini's in. So, until next time, guys, as always, like the video, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, your aunts, your uncles, whoever's into video gaming. And I will see you at a later date. Ciao.